title of my speech is Change. If not now, when? Have you ever fallen asleep and had a magnificent dream that stuck in your mind so vividly that after having this dream, you tell yourself, man, I can see myself going there or doing that someday. Someday, I'm going to. Sound familiar? How many times have you heard it? How many times have you said it? I have a lot of interests, so there have always been things that I have intended to do someday. There are many things that I have done, while others are still on my to-do list. And every now and then, I look at that list and ask myself, if not now, when? Procrastination is the thief of time. In other words, don't put off tomorrow what you can do today. Nowadays, the media can influence the path of youth even more than ever. The media tells people how they should look, act, and even how they should think. Have you been subjected to the suggestions of the general media? Don't feel bad. We all have at some point, and we will continue to be for such as humanity. I know that there are many people in my generation who, like me, dream of things that they'd like to do sooner or later. There is a bit of a dreamer in all of us. But dreams almost never come true by themselves. As stated in Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech, Dr. King said, "This is no time to engage in the cooling off or to take the tranquilizing drug of gradualism." This statement can be applied not only to the social flaws of American society, but also to the everyday lives of American youth. Procrastination is one of the behaviors that a lack of responsibility produces. When we procrastinate, it leads to stress for everyone. For example, when a project or paper is assigned, the procrastinator is surprisingly optimistic that he will complete it on time. He often thinks, I still have time, no problem. Of course, he doesn't. And so he may not even begin the assignment until the night before it is due. However, if that person had begun the assignment sooner, the end result would have been much better with less stress. According to Matthew chapter 25, verse 2 and 3, "And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps, and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. Amen. The foolish ones who did not get their oil were unable to find Christ. They procrastinated until it was too late. They were not ready." Amen. Langston Hughes' poem, "I Dream a World," gives us a wonderful example of his dream. "I dream a world where man no other will scorn, where love will bless the earth, and peace its paths adorn. I dream a world where all will know sweet freedom's way, where greed no longer saps the soul, nor avarice blights our day. A world, I dream, where black or white, whatever race you be, will share the bounties of the earth, and every man is free, where wretchedness will hang its head, and joy, like a pearl, attends the needs of all mankind. Of such I dream, our world." In conclusion, as a teenager, rarely do we think 20 years down the road. We should make a change now instead of later. If our ancestors had lived their lives with a lack of responsibility and accountability, how fulfilling do you think their lives as well as ours would have been? Thankfully, they didn't, and neither will we.